criminals are getting away with crime, a Shinigami is hating on you, and the geekiest dude wants to lock you up. What you gonna do? Now, a girl's crushing on you, and you've been using your Death Note a little too much. Let's see if Light can cleanse the world of evil while evading the mysterious detective in this condensed version of Death Note, The Last Name. The film begins with a man in pursuit of a woman. Wielding a knife, he is ready to slaughter. We see someone writing down a man's name in a notebook. After, the man suddenly collapses. Book falls to the ground beside the woman. She picks it up and discovers the man's name written in it. Then, a Shinigami materializes and informs Misa Amane that her lifespan has been prolonged temporarily, and anyone whose name is written in the book will perish. Misa responds with a thrilled smile. Following that, we encounter Light Yagami at his girlfriend's funeral. While he registers for the service, a Shinigami engages him in conversation about the sympathy people are expressing towards him. Amidst the ceremony, he confides in his father about seeking revenge on Kira, who is presumed the killer of his girlfriend. This prompts laughter from the Shinigami, revealing a startling truth that Light himself is Kira. Damn, Light killed his own girlfriend? That's cold-blooded. Later on, Light journeys to the headquarters where the team investigating Kira's true identity operate. There, he meets Ryuzaki, also known as L. Light discerns the necessity of using a false name, realizing that revealing his real name could endanger him at the hands of Kira. Subsequently, L confronts Light, posing the question directly, "Are you Kira?" It's a moment of revelation. Did L harbor suspicions all along? His intellect is truly formidable. With Light's room under surveillance and the agents that were telling him were met with mysterious depth, L deduces Light's true identity as Kira. Light's manipulation extends to the point of orchestrating his girlfriend's demise to gain entry into the investigative team. All this to eliminate L, who has been the primary target all along. Then, another investigator intervenes, revealing that Light was never a genuine suspect and L was just merely teasing him. Ensuing the ongoing investigations into Kira, Sakura TV news station reports emergence of a self-proclaimed second Kira. Yagami, who's Light's father, and the investigative team are all glued to the broadcast. The news station airs a tape provided by the second Kira, delivered in an artificial voice affirming a desire for world peace, which is parallel to the original Kira's thoughts and beliefs. The second Kira declares allegiance to the real Kira and brands anyone opposing him as their enemy. Notably, the second Kira singles out Hibima from another news station. He suddenly dies from a heart attack. It was definitely an act of punishment for criticizing Kira as an evil person. Meanwhile, Mr. Mogi attempts to disperse a crowd intensely cheering for Kira as a savior. Suddenly, Mr. Mogi collapses and becomes a victim of the second Kira's powers. Utilizing the Shinigami's eyes to determine an individual's names at the cost of half of their lifespan, this second Kira takes out two other officers who arrive. The second Kira proposes a rendezvous with the real Kira to exchange information about the respective Shinigamis, stunning L, who had been unaware of the existence of Shinigamis. Unexpectedly, a van crashes right into the news station, disrupting the feed. The driver, wearing a motorcycle helmet, is revealed to be Yagami, Light's father. Witnessing the carnage unfold, he intervenes to ensure the broadcasting ceases. Misa now is unveiled as a second Kira. She exits her room following the deaths caused by her Death Note. Observing several individuals passing by, she activates her Shinigami's eyes, revealing Light as the genuine Kira. Everyone else shows a lifespan, but a person with a Death Note has their lifespan hidden, this confirming his identity to her. Strolling down a nighttime path, Misa approaches Light and introduces herself. She then opens her briefcase and passes a Death Note to him. Upon holding the book, Light becomes able to perceive the Shinigami. Back in Light's room, he inquires of Misa how she deduced his identity. Misa discloses that Light never struck a deal with the Shinigami to obtain the eyes capable of revealing a person's name and lifespan. Otherwise, he would have recognized her too. Despite this, she expresses her eagerness to assist him in any way possible, even entrusting her Death Note to him as proof of her genuineness. Light questions her motive, prompting Rem, Misa's Shinigami, to interject. Rem recounts how Misa's family fell victim to a burglar's rampage 3 years ago. Though Misa witnessed the culprit, Her testimony alone couldn't secure a conviction, resulting in the burglar's acquittal, so he was led away for free. However, Kira intervened, exacting justice by eliminating the burglar. Moved by her story, Light embraces Misa and agrees to collaborate with her, designating her as his eyes from now on. Rem warns Light that he's aware of Misa's lifespan, and should she perish prematurely, he'll hold Light responsible and seek retribution. The following day in class, Elle startles Light by silently taking a seat behind him. Light expresses concern about Elle's safety, considering Kira's pursuit, but Elle assures him that he's the only one aware of Light's identity, and he also brought a disguise, so it's okay. Exiting the room, Misa unexpectedly appears and greets Light. Light introduces her to Ryuzaki, but Misa, thinking that mask is weird, removes his mask and discovers his real name, prompting her swift departure. Light and Elle parts ways, with Light confidently asserting his victory as he walks away. Light calls Misa when leaving. Elle receives a call on Misa's phone. He answers, having picked up from someone who dropped it earlier. This messes up Light's plans to eliminate Elle. Elle receives a call from his own phone afterward. Acknowledging the situation, Elle hangs up, realizing that Misa has become a prime suspect as the second Kira. He warns Light to steer clear of the investigation from now on. Now, Misa has been under restraint for 5 days, and she has finally relinquished ownership of her death note. Consequently, she no longer retains any memories of her past killings, nor possesses the Shinigami eyes. Rem reappears before Light, urging him to rescue Misa, threatening to end Light's life otherwise. Rem is merely fulfilling Jealous's wish, the Shinigami who sacrificed himself at the beginning of the movie to protect Misa. Shinigami exists solely to take human lives, but prolonging human lifespans leads them to disintegrate into sand and perish. Light declares he has a plan to save Misa, although it would be intricate. At the investigation station, Light arrives and suggests that he should be confined. Wrestling with his own thoughts, he admits to contemplating the possibility of being Kira due to his desires for the demise of all the wrongdoers. Yagami hesitates to detain his own son, but Light persists, urging them to ensure his innocence by locking him up and observing any subsequent event. After discussion, they comply, and Light voluntarily enters a cell for examination. After 2 weeks of confinement, a resurgence of killings targeting wrongdoers occurs. Elle deceives Light, claiming no murders have transpired during his incarceration, and pushes Light to confess. Light utters the crucial words, causing Ryuk to depart. Now, Light gives up all his possessions of the Death Note and loses all his memories as well. He passionately denies being Kira, crying out in protest. Turning our attention to Rem, we find that Rem has entrusted the Death Note to Kiyomi, a news reporter, acting as a surrogate Kira while Misa and Light remain detained. Kiyomi shares Light's convictions, aiming to rid the world of evildoers permanently. Now allied with Kira, she carries out the killings on their behalf, adding a layer of complexity to Elle's pursuit of the true Kira's identity. After extensive surveillance with no suspicious activity detected, Elle opts to release Misa and Light, convinced of their innocence. However, Misa is placed under house arrest while Light rejoins the investigation team, collaborating with Elle in the pursuit of the true culprit. During Light's investigation to Kira's identity, he discovers that the culprit is a female employed at Sakura TV station. While Kiyomi is away, they bug her house with surveillance cameras. Upon her return, they observe her writing in a notebook, wherein they spot the names of recently deceased criminals and new ones she's adding on. Light devises a plan to turn her malice actions against her. Kiyomi watches on television that a person who bugged her house is going to reveal who she really is. In desperation, she trades half her lifespan to gain the Shinigami eye. Rushing to the station, she prepares to eliminate the threat, only to find 2 dolls instead of people. As the spotlight shines down on her, she gets tackled by masked individuals. It was a trick all along to capture her. Elle and Light emerged to interrogate her about her method, but she simply confessed to just writing names in a book while laughing menacingly. All of a sudden, Yagami touches the book, revealing the Shinigami and startling him. Elle also touches it, and Rem is revealed to him. When Light touches the book, his memories flood back to him. He reflects inwardly, realizing that everything unfolded according to his plan and that victory is his. Rem then takes flight and gets everybody's attention. He says, yes, it's true, when writing someone's name in the death note results in their death. While Rem speaks, Light discreetly opens his watch and inscribes Kiyomi's name inside it. It appears as though a fragment of the notebook is concealed within his watch. Suddenly, Kiyomi succumbs to a heart attack. El hastily examines the notebook, but to find no mention of her name in there. Following day in an investigation room, Light mentions the final rule inscribed in the death note. It reads, after writing a name, the owner has 13-day window to write another name, or they die. This revelation clears both Light and Misa of suspicion. Turning to Rem, El inquires about the authenticity of this rule, to which Rem affirms, yeah, these are all legit. Light informs Misa of the location where he has concealed his death note, and she retrieves it for him. Upon touching the death note, Misa's memories flood back to her. Light also leaves her a message instructing her that Ryuzaki is her most formidable adversary and urging her to eliminate as soon as possible. He further tasks her with continuing to execute criminals. Back in the investigation room, El confronts Light, expressing his suspicion that Misa is Kira, despite the 13-day rule not applying to her. El believes she may have forgotten his name due to her prolonged confinement, and that's why he's still alive. El's plan involves exposing Misa to her face again, compelling her to write his name. So, with this plan in motion, they summon Misa back to the location. As Rem observes Misa on the screen, he remarks that her lifespan has once again been shortened. Intrigued, El inquires Rem about the meaning of the lifespan. Light interrupts, preventing Rem from elaborating further, which causes Rem's frustration. As the assistant accompanying Misa collapses and perishes, El also succumbs to a sudden heart attack in the room. El accuses Light of using the Shinigami. Light acknowledges Rem's gentle nature and expresses regret that he never learned El's true name. El accuses Light of being Kira all along and admits he's made a mistake before losing consciousness. Light declares checkmate, acknowledging El as a worthy adversary. Misa reunites with Light and returns his death note. When Yagami returns to the station, Light requests the death note, but upon opening the briefcase, it's revealed to be empty. Yagami asserts that they've reviewed all evidence, including videotapes and conversations. The other officers emerge to arrest them. Suddenly, El materializes on the stairs. Light gazes back at the death note, realizing that it was a fake one. El had secretly swapped them without their notice. While the names Misa wrote on the first day resulted in actual death, the second day's names were written on a fake death note, causing the news station to report fake deaths she had written. El reflects on his final mistake, which was allowing Rem to sacrifice his own life to save Misa. As the film concludes, Light desperately implores Ryuk to eliminate everyone in the room, urging him to quickly write a name. In a shocking twist, Ryuk inscribes Light's own name, seemingly sealing Light's fate. Looks like it's lights out for Light. What's going on, everyone? I hope you're having a magnificent day. Hi, my name is Cow Showdown, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think about Death Note, the last name, and don't forget to subscribe and like the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace!